Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide today as we take a deep dive into the massive evolution of BNB Chain. We're going to look at exactly what this ecosystem has transformed into by mid-2026. Now, if you've been following Web3, you know things shift incredibly fast. But this blueprint we're about to tour, it is literally redefining what a dominant, high-speed, decentralized ecosystem actually looks like. Let's get right into it.
But before we even peek under the hood, let me just drop this staggering statistic on you right out of the gate. Over 330,000. That is the number of autonomous AI agents currently running on-chain on the BNB network today. Just let that sink in. Hold that number in your head, because it is absolutely central to understanding the sheer scale of what this chain is now capable of executing. So think about the legacy financial world for a second. It's totally siloed, heavily permissioned, and you basically have to trust a centralized exchange or institution to hold your assets for you. Well, on the flip side, the Web3 blueprint that BNB Chain has built is a completely different reality. You connect your wallet, you keep total control of your own crypto, and you gain permissionless, direct access to decentralized finance, AI agents, and real-world assets. No middlemen, no silos, just you and the network. To see how they actually pulled this off, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the Web3 blueprint, explore their engineering for extreme speed, unpack that AI agent explosion, dive into real-world assets, and finally, look at how all this fuels the ecosystem economy. All right, part one, the Web3 blueprint. Let's unpack the bedrock architecture for this entire ecosystem. See, the ecosystem isn't just one isolated chain. It's a unified architecture made up of three seamlessly integrated networks. First, you have BNB Smart Chain, or BSC. This is your fast, affordable, EVM-compatible main layer handling core smart contract execution. Then right in the middle is opBNB. That's a high-performance Layer 2 built with the OP stack, specifically designed for massive scale transactional capacity to keep the mainnet from getting congested. And finally, you have BNB Greenfield, which brings decentralized data storage to the table, so you can securely store state, identity, and app data right there on the blockchain. The real magic here, the absolutely crucial point, is that computing, massive L2 scaling, and decentralized storage aren't fragmented across totally disconnected networks anymore. They exist on one unified, decentralized blueprint. This tri-chain setup is basically what creates a completely frictionless execution environment for developers and users alike. Moving on to section 2, building for extreme speed. Because let's be real, speed isn't a luxury here. It's the absolute prerequisite for the autonomous economies we're exploring. 450 milliseconds. That is literally the blink of an eye. In the first half of 2026, BNB Smart Chain successfully crushed its block intervals down to just 450 milliseconds, alongside bringing in-memory finality down to 650 milliseconds. We are talking about near-instant execution and permanent settlement happening in a fraction of a single second. And thanks to those technical triumphs in H1 2026, BSC nearly doubled its benchmark throughput to roughly 5,200 transactions per second. But here's the crazy part. That current reality of 5,200 TPS, that is just the baseline for 2026. The chain is actively building a next-generation Layer 1 architecture with a stated end-of-life design goal of 1 million TPS. 1 million. They are aggressively doubling down on throughput to ensure the network can handle true global scale adoption without even breaking a sweat. Which brings us perfectly into section 3, the AI agent explosion. When you have sub-second block times and massive throughput, you basically create the ultimate breeding ground for a brand new on-chain workforce. The growth trajectory here is just wild. Remember that 330,000 number from earlier? In January of 2026, there were only 337 on-chain agents. By July, it exploded to over 330,000. Today, 3 out of every 5 on-chain agents across the entire crypto space run specifically on BNB Chain. It has officially become the undisputed global hub for AI identity, capability, and payments. So how did it grow so fast? Mostly by making it magically simple for developers. With BNB Agent Studio, a dev can literally just type a natural language prompt describing what they want the AI agent to do. No complex traditional coding required at all. The studio automatically compiles that logic and ships it directly to BNB Smart Chain in seconds. During that process, the agent becomes a real on-chain entity. It gets a unique identity via the ERC 8004 standard and a task interface via ERC 8183, meaning other agents can actually find it and interact with it entirely on their own. And these agents are smart. They survive on-chain through autonomous economics. You create the agent,
fund its primary wallet, and boom, it uses the X402 protocol to pay its own language model bills. It doesn't need to ask for your credit card every time it thinks. Furthermore, these agents can access live market data, like DEX searches and live quotes from CoinMarketCap, paying for it directly from their own wallet using Binance Pay's B402 merchant pool. No clunky Web2 payment integrations or separate API keys required. It is completely self-contained, market-aware AI. Let's pivot to Section 4, Real-World Assets on-chain. Because AI definitely isn't the only massive payload running on this engine. Traditional finance is aggressively merging with Web3 right now, creating what is affectionately known as BNB Street. Right at the center of BNB Street are B stocks. What exactly is a B stock? Think of them as BEP20 tokens deployed right on BNB Smart Chain that represent one-to-one backed tokenized US securities. This isn't just some synthetic guess at a stock's price. These are issued under a fully FSRA-approved prospectus, and their backing is verified through a daily public proof of collateral. It is literally traditional, regulated corporate equity natively living on the blockchain. And the best part? Traditional markets love to tell you exactly when you're allowed to trade and where you have to live. BNB Street just doesn't care. It is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Currently, the chain hosts over 709 tokenized stocks and ETFs. The cumulative volume has already crossed a staggering $5 billion, and the total market capitalization for these assets is sitting at well over $1 billion. But the crucial point here is the utility. What can you actually do with them? Well, you can acquire B stocks via Binance or entirely on-chain through PancakeSwap or Trust Wallet. From there, you don't just hold them, you put them to work. You can provide deep market liquidity on decentralized exchanges, or incredibly, you can actually use your traditional tech or index fund equities as collateral for decentralized borrowing on protocols like ListedOut and Venus. It's traditional finance, completely supercharged by decentralized utility.
Which brings us to our fifth and final section, fueling the ecosystem economy. How does all of this insane network activity, the hundreds of thousands of AI agents, the billions in tokenized stock volume, actually benefit the core BNB token?
Think of it all as a massive, decentralized engine. The foundation is that extreme speed we discussed earlier, which creates a totally frictionless environment. That speed enables the frontier of utility, the deployment of those microtransacting AI agents, and the 24/7 real-world asset trading. All of that immense utility generates continuous network fees, which flows straight into the economy layer, driving value and accelerating programmatic burns that harden the entire ecosystem.
And we can see exactly what that economic hardening looks like in practice. Take July 2026, for example, when the network executed its 36th quarterly BNB burn. That event permanently removed over 1.6 million BNB from circulation. In fiat terms, that destroyed roughly $931.7 million worth of value, bringing the new total supply down to 133.17 million BNB. So you have high network velocity combined with consistent programmatic burns, continually solidifying the underlying asset.
The network is also actively shedding dead weight. As of July 2026, the legacy BNB Beacon chain entered the final phase of its sunset. The ecosystem is fully migrating over to the high-performance BNB Smart Chain. Now, if you're still holding eligible BEP2 or BEP8 tokens, don't worry. A local self-service token recovery tool is available so you can securely bridge those assets right over to BSC. Which leaves us with this final thought. We've seen how a unified architecture, sub-second execution speeds, and massive decentralized liquidity have birthed over 330,000 on-chain AI agents and billions in tokenized real-world assets. But remember, the ultimate design goal is a staggering one, 1 million transactions per second. As this engine continues to scale up to previously unimaginable speeds, the question really isn't just what the chain can handle. It's what entirely new autonomous applications are you going to dream up and build on it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep building.